how are we going to do the business hours? Essentially, each one's going to be about 15 to 30 minutes long. We're going to do 7 of them. I'll facilitate you guys through the process for most of them, not all of them. But it will all be guided. And the feedback that I've had in the past is it's great because you don't have to think about it. You can just sort of go for the ride and have an experience of like what you're aware of. It's not about having a particular experience. It's not about following an experience. It's about, I'll facilitate you guys in a way that will get you to access what you know, ideally, okay? And sort of give some crutches on the way type stuff. And what I've found in the past too is that the business hours classes are really great to sort of get the wheels moving again. If, for example, if you've done business hours yourself a particular way for a long time, you might be stuck in a bit of a rut, and it helps to like do it in a group like this and in a facilitated sense to have a different movement with that as well. Because business hours is so diverse, you know, like anything is possible there. For me, one of the biggest challenges really is to like not come to conclusion about previous business hours, either what that energy was, what it has been, what I'm used to, what's familiar, and to really lower my walls and barriers to be present with what's up right now, you know? So that's something I'm going to really encourage you guys to as well. And I mean, that's something I'm working with in my own business hours. But when I do a business hours class, I'm like, I better fucking do some business hours, because it gets like my world gets so much more active with entities the weeks leading up to the business hours. So I do my business hours, and then it like, yeah, it just sort of like is way more space, easier, but I'm more engaged as well. That's the cool thing. Like I'm more engaged in my life and just more engaged. It's not just specific to the spirit world. It like accesses everything. And one of the things I've noticed with Talk to the Entities, when you use the tools, when you engage with the spirit world in whatever way that is for you, you actually engage with your whole life more.